A ilha não é filha, é mãe natureza. E por tanta beleza foi batizada Ilhabela, cheia de graça. Capital da vela, é verde que te quer o Mata Atlântica. É abençoada por água salgada, muita água, muito sal, muito sol. E por água doce que vem de cima ladeira abaixo. Tudo para visitantes que querem fartura, que procuram aventura, que gostam da energia, da alegria. Embaixo do mar de Ilhabela, a vida é colorida e rica, tão rica quanto na terra e no ar, com cantos que encantam e rimam com a paz de criança dormindo, e linda como a garota que vem e que passa. É doce viver no mar.
Boa tarde a todos, estamos aqui em mais uma edição do Festival Aves de Ilhabela, sendo que hoje a gente vai ter uma atração muito especial. De agora em diante eu começo a falar em inglês para apresentar os meus convidados e trazer essa live super especial que vai abordar o que é o birdwatching globalmente, para que a gente possa ter uma perspectiva do que um dia venha a ser o birdwatching aqui no Brasil. So, welcome everybody to the Ilhabela Birding Festival. We are very pleased to open today the Global Birdwatching Marketing Live. To talk a little bit about around the world, how is birdwatching a marketing? So we are very happy to bring it. People from Uganda, Malaysia, Argentina, España, and Brazil. This festival was not possible without the help of lots and lots of people. And I'm very pleased to work on this live with Edson Moroni and Horacio Matarasso. And I invite them to come on with us in this talk. Thank you, Mauricio, for bringing us so great guests from all around the world. And thank you, Moroni, for helping us to set up this talk. And I'm sure we are going to bring very important information to all people who work on birdwatching in Brazil. So let's start the show. Moroni.
Okay, thank you, Guto. Thank you, everybody. I am so happy to stay here and participate for this beautiful festival. And when we talk about the birdwatching around in the world. So I'm from Mato Grosso do Sul, in Brazil, but now I'm living in Colombia. I have this opportunity to work here and to understand more how the Colombia to develop your bird watching here. How is the publico and the government to develop the bird watching here and to learn more with Colombia country. And I'm so happy to work for birdwatching. I know that this is beautiful job and beautiful and specific tourism for help for the community and help for the people and to show how our nature is it's possible and very important to bring money around for the world. Okay, and now I'd like to call my friend Horacio, and he is to presentation our friends, and we have a beautiful talk today. Thank you.
Thank you, Moroni. Okay, hello everybody. I am from Buenos Aires, Argentina. I have here a company called Buenos Dias Birding, and we receive people from the whole world, mostly from the same countries that all of us we receive, usually from North America, like United States and Canada, from North Europe, UK, of course, sometimes from Australia, New Zealand, and now also to China and other countries of the world. Let me see if I can share my presentation. Please help me if it's okay. Moroni, you tell me, please. Well, tell me if we are seeing the presentation. It's okay?
Hi, Horacio.
Yes.
We could perhaps bring the whole guest.
Okay.
And then we make to everybody see the nice faces, the nice people we are going to have today, and then we go to the presentation.
Okay. Let me help you to introduce, because we are all friends on the world. We share mostly bird fairs of the world. Even some of us, we are in the World Bird Fairs Council. So we can call Carles Santana.
Hello, everybody. Buenas tardes.
From
Catalonia in Europe, or Spain, I don't know.
Catalonia.
He's a very famous photographer, and he leads heights for photographers, mostly from Europe and even in other parts of the world. He will tell us about. Also, we have here Herbert Byaruhanga from Uganda. He's a referent of Africa. He has a great company. I used to go every year to Uganda to see amazing things that I never imagined before, to go with him to see the gorillas, and he will tell us about his wonderful places. Also, he is leading the African Birding Expo, and he's a representative of Africa in the World Bird Fairs Council. And it's a very good friend. Also, we have Andrew Sebastian. He's a very, very funny guy from Malaysia, very famous in his country. He's a leader of the birding in their country. He will talk about his very long activity in this country. Also, he's leading the Asian Bird Fair, and is representative of all Asia in the World Bird Fairs Council. And also, he is a very good bird watching guide. And more things that you will hear in a moment. Also, it's a very good friend. And we start all this meeting when we met together, perhaps 8 years ago in India. Remember, Andrew?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I will leave the room, and Horacio, please let the show start.
Okay,
it's a good show for you. Thank you very much for coming. It's a pleasure to have you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Hasta luego. Gusto.
See you in a moment. Well, my friends, I will tell you about South America, but mostly Southern South America, because I work usually in the south of the continent, where we have Chile, Argentina, Uruguay. This is the South Cone, and in the south of the South Cone is Patagonia. Let me show you some maps to understand where we are, if I can. This is the imagine of the whole world. It's a typical map of diversity. It's diversity, not only birds, it's all kind of diversity. And you can see in the red areas the most diversity places of the world. This is one of the two kind of Amazonian rainforest, and this is also a kind in the same kind of forest, but it's called Atlantic rainforest. And we will talk about this South Cone. later we will have a talk with Herbert from Uganda and Andrew from Malaysia and from Europe, Calves. I will start to saying that to tell you that we have more than 10,000 species, and 35% of all the species, bird species of the world, we have in South America. So we have one of the best places of the world, or perhaps the best, for birding and for nature experiences. Also, in the other hand, where is the people living on the world? There is a map of where is the people. So South America have perhaps the best combination because we have the great diversity in places where sometimes you can be for hundreds of kilometers and nobody lives there, and you can see a very wild nature like 100 years ago, 200 years ago, or 300 years ago. This is still wild in a lot of places. Of course, not everywhere, but it's an amazing place where also birds are very confident. And let me show you something. Okay, I'm here, south of South America. This is Argentina, this is Chile, this is Uruguay, and here is Brazil, Paraguay. So I am here in Buenos Aires city. This is where people usually arrive. Look at, there are no more cities around. This is a big delta. This is where people usually stop. This is the city. The city is very birdy, it's very green, plenty of birds. Welcome to our national bird, the Rufus Hornero, João do Barro. And inside the city, not around the city, inside the city, we have 350 species, amazing kind of species like hummingbirds, kangaras, a lot of parrots and parakeets. And around the city, we have grasslands. I'm going quickly, but you can say all that you want. This is our biggest bird in South America, the greater rhea. Pampa grassland is a completely flat grassland. This is a picture of the winter, last winter, and it's more green and tall in summer. Also, we have certain screamers. Screamers is a family endemic of South America, and we receive a lot of sandpipers and plovers migratory from North Hemisphere, and also we have a lot of from South in here. In this grassland, we have a lot of birds typical from grassland, like this strange-tailed tyrant. Tyrant is a family endemic of South America. Also, we have this great delta. We have a system of wetlands that are connecting the Pantanal in Brazil, some big wetlands like Iberá in Argentina, and delta of Paraná River. Paraná River is the second basin of the continent after Amazonia. Well, this is a very wild area, very close to my city. This is the landscape. It's an amazing place for birding. Plenty of big flocks of different kind of birds like this: spoonbill, storks, herons, raptors. We have a lot of raptors. South America is one of the typical thing of South America is the raptors. Another endemic family, Icteridos, scarlet-headed. Tanager. Tanager is another specialty of all the neotropic, not only South America, also in neotropic areas. I told you about another different wetlands, Iberá. I love wetlands. Personally, I love wetlands. I love birds in the wetlands with different forests, different mosaic of different environments. With macaws, with not only birds, we have deer, we have this kind of caiman. Of course, we have different kind of mammals and a lot of birds, like this chaviru kind of storks. In this red area, we have the Atlantic rainforest connected with all Brazil, very well preserved in South America, in Argentina. It's amazing kind of Amazonian kind forest with more tanager, with a lot of hummingbirds, manakins, and of course toucans. This is all the typical some of the typical birds in the country. And in this point, where is the meeting between Brazil, Paraguay, and Argentina, is the Iguazu Falls. It's an amazing falls with 3 kilometers wide. It's very, very big, 100 meters high, and there are 300 waterfalls, all surrounded by rainforests in national parks, also in the Argentinian side and the Brazilian side. It's something that you must visit, and plenty of swift that lives inside the falls. And of course, like all rainforests, plenty of mammals too, and different kind of birds. In this central area, we have the Chaco forest. More dry is a kind of forest that we have a dry season with a lot of typical birds. This is a Cerema. Cerema is a group of 2 birds or order family and 2 species endemics of South America in these dry areas of South America. Sheetville, we have some Fulnarids, is an endemic family. And when start the Andes, all the Andes start in Venezuela and Colombia to Tierra del Fuego. And in this side of the Andes, we have a different kind of rainforest called chungas. Also plenty of life. Volcanoes. We have a kind of deeper ones that is a different family related to pheasants, but is because are in the same big group, or we call order, but in a different family. Yeah, jay like is a kind of crow. The Andean steppes, when you are going up to the mountains, where the mountains here are around, in some places, 4,000 meters over the sea level, but when you are going up, you find condors. This is a kind of woodpecker that lives in this environment, completely out of the trees. We have some cactus. And you arrive to the Andean plateau. That is you have hundreds of kilometers of a plateau at more than 3,000 meters over the sea level. And from there, you can see the peaks of the mountains with 6,000 meters over the sea level. It's completely crazy area. Even you need more than 1 day to go slowly going up because it's very high, and you can go for birding at more than 4,000 meters over the sea level. It's a crazy experience with plenty of endemic species of birds, like here. You have plovers living there. You have flamingos endemic of this environment, and of course, a lot of little passerines. Going down in the yellow area, you have we call montes, a kind of bushland. It's very dry. It's the driest area, but where you find water, you will have amazing kind of birds in this area. We have, of course, I told you, plenty of raptors. Monjita is a family called tyrants, endemic of South America. And Tinamus is another group, neotropical group, more related. It's not related to partridge, or it's related to the rheas, to the ostrich, crazy, but in the same group, in a different group. Going south, we have the steppes, very cold. In winter, it's all snowy. We have different kind of rhea, lesser rhea. In spring and summer, it's amazing. We never suggest go in winter. With all cold places, we have geese, we have ducks, we have these kind of birds of steppes. And in the mountains here, we change the rainforest of the north from this kind of cold forest of beeches, completely different. And also we have a patch of Araucaria forest, very old, the monkey puzzle tree is also called. With tapaculos, is family Rhinocryptidae. Big woodpecker, this is the biggest woodpecker in all Americas, and I think it's the second and third of the world. Some Furnarids. Also coast in both sides, in Chilean and Argentinian side. A lot of penguins. Everyone is a penguin here. People usually like penguins. Of course, in all the coasts we have sandpipers, and if you go inside in a pelagic, from there you will find a lot of albatrosses, petrels, storm petrels, diving petrels, etc. So we have a lot of ideas. You can see we usually try to go with people who come from all kinds of countries. We usually try to combine the best in the short distance, more number of environments. Like usually when you have different environments, have different bird species. More or less is coming to Argentina pre-pandemic time, around 50,000 birders from the world a year. We are several companies receiving people, and it's increasing more and more and more. Also, there are a lot of people who come to Buenos Aires, from Buenos Aires to here south, it's a city called Ushuaia, to take a ship to go to Antarctica. It's very typical, and people take the opportunity to travel inside the country and combine. So, if you want more ideas to visit Southern South America, please visit my website. And this is just to introduce where I am, what kind of activities I am doing. So, okay. So, from here, from Southern South America, now the idea is here the great ideas of Carles and what he's doing in Catalonia. Please, Carles, your time.
Hello, everybody. Well, we work in Catalonia, but also in the whole of Spain. So our company is called Photologistics, and our specialty is photo trips. Okay, so I'm trying to show you what we do through this presentation. Okay, can you see the presentation? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. As I told you, what we do is photo trips. We can go for birding too, but our specialty, let's say, is photo trips, and a kind of photo trips that are based in the use of heights. I don't know if in Brazil you call it aguardos, like in Portugal. I don't know, but this is this kind of shuttle that we can go inside for taking photos on the birds, usually through a one-way glass or something like that, or a nest. Okay. So, who we are? Our name, as I told you, is Photologistics. Our mission is to bring the best photo opportunities for the most of the people. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the level of the photography skills they have. Okay, we are working on this from the last 10 years. It's going to be 11 next year, and we start with only one height for Lammergeier for Berner Bolter, and now we are managing more than 80 photo heights in different places in Spain. Okay, also safaris and birding and other things. Okay, can you follow me? Yeah, can you see that, Horacio, Moroni? Yes, I'm okay. So, how we work? We work in different zones. This is the map of Spain. Okay, and we work in different zones with different people, with different guides. Our keys is the guide. We need somebody who manage the heights in his or her area, in order to get our services on. Okay. Each red dot you are seeing is not a single height. It's a set of heights. You can find 10 heights or 5 heights or the number of heights we are managing in each red dot. Okay. Of course, the higher concentration of the heights are in Catalonia because we are from here and it is easier for us. Okay. So a quick review to our services. I'm going to try to go for my 10 minutes they assigned me. I am not from Argentina, so I think I can do it. Okay. First of all, the heights photo clips. It is based in the use of our facilities. The come in and the come out from the heights is always guided. It means that no client can access to the height by themselves. They have to be with the height, and the guide will leave the people in the height and leave the area. Okay, we can go for this later if we have time. So examples of that. For example, in central Spain, we work with great bastard. I show you some photos later. It's a massive, big bird. It's the hairiest bird in, I don't know if in Europe or in the whole world. Or the llama gyre in the Pyrenees, the Bernard vulture, a very special birds that you can find only in the mountains in Asia, Europe, and a different species in South Africa. Or raptors in East Coast, or our our Iberian lynx tour in South Spain. This is the most endangered mammal in the world. Okay. Another kind of services we are offering is the photo safari. The last goal is the same: is to take the best photos you can take in this environment. But for some environments, it is easier or it is best to go for a safari trip that get closed in a height. Okay, so for example, for mammals in the mountains in the snow, like this chamois, or don't know, in some birds in some wetlands, it is, or for example, for the lynx, we manage both heights and photo safaris. Okay. And late, the last service is birding. Is the same as Horacio showed you, or any other birder guide can show you. We know where the birds are because we take photos on them, and it is quite easy for us to bring you there to watch the bird or to spot the bird from a distance with a big lens or with your scope. Let's go for the main species. We are managing heights for more than 100 species, but I want to show you just some of them. Okay, this is the llama gyre. We manage 2 heights for llama gyre. Sometimes, if you are lucky, you can get it in the snow, and we feed them. We use to work with feeding stations. Okay. Oh, this is the great bastard. You can find the Portuguese name also in the photos. Quebra-osos, or the great bastard, a petarda común. This is impossible to feed. We set the heights close to the mating display, where the males go this kind of bath, foam bath, they call it. Or in central Spain, but also in the east coast of Spain, what is curious because it is a quite touristic place, but there are still some wildlife well-preserved places. We work with raptors, like this Bonelli seagull. It's a Mediterranean bird. Or the booted eagle. in Europe, we have the most of the species of raptor at the south of the continent. So we are rich in raptor species. This peregrine falcon is also in East Spain. And something very special for us is our work in the steplands of Catalonia, where a big irrigation plan is threatening the whole area, and we are trying to do something for preserve this kind of birds, like the little bastard, the sisal, or the Rolleiro común, the European roller. Okay, they are living in this area. Oh, sorry. This is something quite required in our area too. Is the black wither, small passerine, and some quite common birds are required by the local photographers. We are working with both people from abroad and people from Spain, like the kingfisher and guardarrios. Okay. Also in the steplands, we work with drinking pools, like this one for the pintail sangreaus or the black-bellied sangreaus, for pisoles, or the Dupont's lark. It's an African bird that we have little spotted populations in steplands in Spain. And one of the most special services we are offering now is the Iberian lynx hides and the Iberian lynx safaris in South Spain, in Andalusia. Okay. We also work in night, lighting the mammals by torches, like this genet. I'm not sure in Portuguese it is jineta or something like that. You can correct me later if you want. So this is what we are doing now in Spain, but we also try to get our photographers, Spanish photographers, to abroad. We are offering things like African safaris in Zimanga, where we work also with hides, because our clients are used to use hides with us in Spain, and we are offering the same in Africa. Okay, we light also the mammals in the night, but you can take photos on birds too during the day. Okay, and you can be in these safaris. You are guided by car, by four wheels cars, guided by photographers. The drivers are also photographers themselves, for getting the most classical African photos, like lions or zebras or giraffes or something like that. Another abroad services we are running now is our Finland photo trip, where you can take both birds and mammals, like these bears or orangs. Also using hides in Finland, working with other companies in the country we are visiting. We try to offer to our clients in Spain what they cannot take here. So, for example, we take the people for taking photos on seabirds in Ireland, like puffins or oaks, and I'm trying to get my 10 minutes time. The last experiences we are running now is to advise people all around the world how they can work with hides. Okay, this, for example, one experience we are having in Guatemala, but we are also doing things in other places in the world, in different countries. Okay. We advise in the diagnosis of the situation, including all the angles, the social angles, also the wildlife angles, the conservation, how to promote your trips and your hides, or we set protocols for the regular walking and how to kick up the the services, or what kind of heights you can use, the best materials, the best one-way glass, for example, what is a key point, and of course, something about marketing and how to promote these services. Okay, and nothing else. Thank you very much. Obrigado, and hope we can speak later. How can I stop that?
Thank you, Carlos. Very interesting.
Stop here. I don't know if I fit to my timing. I try.
I'm not checking. Okay. We're going to go there and take these pictures.
Yeah, sure.
But also you need great cameras to make these photos.
This is not true, Horacio. No.
No?
We have people with very simple cameras, and we have people with fancy big cameras. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It is not that it doesn't matter, but you can take very good photos with a quite simple gear.
Okay. Let's try.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Herbert, now you have connection. It's cold in Africa. Why you are plenty of clothes? No, you are on silence.
Yes, where I am, it's cold. It's getting cold where I am. Don't you hear me now?
Yes. We are hearing, but not very well. Okay, let's try. Yes.
Okay, let's try it. Where I go,
let's see if it's possible.
Let me see if it's possible. What do you see there?
Nothing at the moment. Oh, it's coming.
Okay.
Perfect. It's coming.
I'm trying to
put the full screen now.
Where?
No, it was okay. But
wait a minute.
Okay. People, I hope, will understand.
Look for my.
He's a very good
in
guy.
case, are you ready?
He's a very good guy.
Okay.
In the nature, not in the computer.
Nature, not computer.
Am I good there?
Oh,
it's coming.
yes. It's coming.
Remember to. Okay, perfect. But now full screen or no? I don't know. Perhaps it's okay.
It's full screen.
Perfect. Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Okay, thank you very much. I'm happy to be in this virtual tour or talk show, whatever it is. Thank you very much for bringing. My name is Herbert. I come from Uganda. I do a lot of things. I'm a tour guide, and today I'm talking about birdwatching and that's where we have Kenya on the other side in the east, almost the size of Ecuador, than water, which is 15%. Yes, Horacio was in Uganda recently, and he's been coming in several times. Andrew has been there. Carlos hasn't come, but quite a number of people come to see this iconic bird as one of those must-see birds of Africa, and highest by Uganda. You may have about 80% chance in the ground rain is national bird, but it can easily be seen in a number of areas in the whole country, but especially central and the west. We all have birds, which found in the forest, but commonly seen in main forests of Uganda, especially during the dry season when they come out to warm themselves. African schemas, we have those birds, and also on the River Nile in Murchison Falls National Park. The black and white cast hornbill, we have got a number of hornbills which are found in Uganda. We get the West African species entering Uganda at Semliki Forest, and quite a number of hornbills can be seen there. The rock planting cows, this one can easily be found at the Murchison Falls National Park, at the falls on the River Nile. It's one of those birds that you'd love to see when you are in Uganda. Pelz fishing owl, one of the largest owls on the African continent, can be seen at Murchison Falls National Park up in the north, but also further south near Semliki National Park. African fish eagle, which looks like the bald eagle, is found on the most of the lakes and some smaller lakes and rivers of Uganda, especially Lake Victoria, Lake Mburu National Park, River Nile, and also Queen Elizabeth National Park. This bird is also commonly seen in most of these 2 weeks ago, eastern part of the country near Moroto town. It was very close, and I was able to take such beautiful photographs. So when you have good cameras, if you're traveling to Uganda, you must make sure you have very nice cameras. You can always get a chance to take such a beautiful photos. Ross's turako is among the many species of turakos we have in the country, and you can always have a chance of finding it in Lake Mburu National Park and probably in the central region, Queen Elizabeth National Park and Murchison Falls National Park, and all the other forest areas. You can find this bird there. And of course, the parrots are now commonly seen around the capital city, Kampala. You can see them in Mabira Forest. You can see them in Kibale Forest. When Andrew was in Uganda recently, he saw them at Kibale Forest at the Chimpanzee Forest Lodge. The Rupert's starling, which looks like the gracchus, is commonly found in open savanna areas, widespread, but with magnificent colors. The black-headed lapwing, I took this photograph in eastern Uganda last week. One of those very beautiful birds found in the northern part of the country and not common in the south. Yellow-billed stork, one of those storks you can find on the rivers. I took this photograph on Kazinga Channel 2 years ago. It's one of those you can find when they are very, very beautiful in the plumage, in the breeding plumage, like you see it right now. It's one of those you can see, meaning that the country is a very good destination for photographers, whereby you can take fantastic photographs if you come in the right time, of course, with the right company. Of course, when you go in Uganda for any birding tour, you encounter such bonuses. I took this photograph on a birding tour when we were doing bird watching in Queen Elizabeth National Park, and we were able to see this lion chase the cub in front of us. I was able to grasp this $1 million photograph in action. That's the giant of the jungle, the king of the jungle. You can see it in most national parks in Uganda. A leopard is one of those cats that is rare as usual, but you can find it in one of the national parks in Uganda. I mean, in most of the national parks in Uganda. Machel Falls, Queen Elizabeth National Park, Lake Mburo, and many other parks. You can always have a chance, maybe 60% of the chances of finding this bird. I mean, this the cat. And they have one day for the mountain gorillas, and that is the silverback in one of the national parks in Uganda. And when you are there, you have got a high chance of going to see these mountain gorillas. And of course, the chances of seeing the mountain gorillas is maybe 90%. And of course, it's these are a few remaining mountain gorillas in the world. There's been an increase in the population, and by now we have got about maybe 1,000 of them found in Uganda, in the Virungas. And Uganda has the biggest population of the mountain gorillas. And of course, we have about 22 groups ready for tourist viewing. That is a family you can see when you are in Uganda. You come with a very nice camera, you will have a chance. We usually give a day for gorillas when you are on a birding tour in Uganda. Of course, we have chimpanzees. We have got a number of forests with chimpanzees, and chimps are closest. They are the closest relative to man in all apes, about 98.4%, and they can be seen in Kimberley National Park and Budongo Forest, and many other forests in Uganda have got chimpanzees. And of recent, they have started opening up some groups for visitors viewing, so that the golden monkeys also are seen in Uganda in Byaruhanga National Park. Of course, if you come to Africa, you should be able to see an elephant. Budongo, those who have been to Uganda, you see Royal Mile represents the typical African forest, and this is where we see most of the West African species of birds, but also chimpanzees. So what do we do? For our future, we worked with the government, and the government developed a policy to make sure that we bring women on board into tourism activities. And by 1986, 10% women had degrees. We've helped to form the Women Birders Club and form the Uganda Young Birders Club. We do training of women birders to empower them. All these girls you see have finished the degrees, but they have to come out to be trained as guides, and eventually they start their own businesses. We conduct continuous field training with women birders, young and old, to make sure they get used to doing this work, and it has worked for them. We do research, we do bird banding, and they get to learn about birds in their hands. That's a group of women birders who now have jobs, and they are working very well as professional guides. As you can see, Joan and Fiona. And we do take them for retreats to prepare them as leaders so that they can manage their own groups. Here we did this at the Lake Victoria Shores, and they had a weekend retreat being trained at the sea. The woman in the middle in a red t-shirt with glasses, the CEO of Uganda Tourism Board, who was helping and training them as leaders. So what did we do? We started the Women Birders Club in 2013 with 40 members, and 30 of these have jobs as bird guides, tour managers, reservation officers, and research officers. Now, one of those leaders has built a lodge from birding activities, and now she runs the company, but she also runs the hotel in Kibale Forest. Judith, who is the chairperson, she guides tourists around East Africa, and now she started a company for women birders, women adventures in Uganda. This lady, Angela, she's seen in most American and North American travel shows, representing her company, which is called Adventure Expeditions. Miriam has got a company called Kagera Safaris. She's one of those pioneer women birders that we have in the country. So the success story is these ladies are now running their own businesses, and which is a very good success story for Uganda. And we are trying to recruit more and more women into mainstream tourism, and they are doing a very fantastic job. Of course, this lady runs a lodge in Bwindi, and people stay there. She has a project right for a woman, and many people who come to Uganda go and stay there, and they have got a very, very fantastic curio shop, and she takes care of 300 women around Bwindi forest, which is commonly known for the gorilla tracking. And if you want to go with Uganda, go to Uganda, look for Herbert, birduganda.com. Thank you very much. That's the end of the show. I hope you did very well. I can go back to. Thank you very much.
Very nice, very nice. I remember, Herbert, when we met first time in the States around 6 years ago. We have been in a hotel, and you have a book with you, and you started to show me pictures of Uganda, and I saw the pictures and say, I can't believe the gorillas, the chimps, this amazing number of birds, this landscape, the river, the channel. I can't remember the name of the channel, and I say I need to go there. And next year I went with Argentines and Chilean people, and it was amazing. And after that, I want to go every year to your country, to your place.
Lucky you.
Thank you very much. You're always welcome.
Excellent.
And Andrew, of course, has been there is my witness.
Thank you.
Yes.
It was nice. It's really, really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, and in Spanish we say the gold close. I don't know how to say. Now, Andrew. Carles, do you know how to say el broche de oro?
What?
No, really.
Okay. Andrew, we want to hear about this amazing country that I visited last year and I love.
Oh, thank you.
I dream to come back.
Oh, please do. Please do. Bring a lot of friends over. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So, my part. Oh, there you go. Okay. So, thank you very much. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be amongst some of the top bird watching guides in the world. Yeah, they are my friends. They are my comrades, and I love them all. Yeah. So and we are brought together by this one thing, this love for birds here, and everything nature. So let me spend a few minutes to introduce to you, from my perspective, some thoughts as a bird watching guide. Yeah, a global market. So let's take a look at my beautiful country, Malaysia. My name is Andrew Sebastian. I'm a professional bird guide. I run my own environmental group called Ecotourism and Conservation Society in Malaysia. I'm a co-founder of the Asian Bird Fair. Every year we host friends like Herbert, Horacio, and everybody else. Even Carles has been to the Asian Bird Fair for a few times here. And on the other half of my life, I'm also a professional bird guide. I run tours in Malaysia. I run tours in Papua New Guinea, Sulawesi, and Wallacea. So in the photograph, if you can see, there's a serious side of me where I give talks and I do trainings for nature guides and so on. And on the other side, I'm there smelling elephant poo. Do you see that photograph? That's fresh elephant poo for my last trip last month. Yeah. So Malaysia, let's have a look. All right. So where is Malaysia? Horacio wanted to steal this slide but let's have a look. Yeah. So everybody knows South America, all the birds are there. Yeah, almost all the birds, 65% or something like that. Yeah, but if you look at the second highest number of concentration of birds, it's in the oriental area, yeah, that accounts for over 15% of bird life as we have in our planet today. So Malaysia is in the oriental region, and the next slide will show you exactly where we are. We are a small country. We are split into two. We are right there. We are the red dots. We are very, very small, yeah. We're split into two: West Malaysia, which is Peninsular Malaysia, and East Malaysia, which is on the island of Borneo. And the next slide will show you our country in the larger map. There you go. Google Map, yeah. So I'm based in near Kuala Lumpur in West Malaysia on the left. And let me introduce you to some of the things in Malaysia. We have only 796 species of birds, unlike Colombia and my friend Horacio in Argentina. We only have 796 species, but we have also about 68 endemic species of birds here.
It's a lot, more than us.
No, yeah, let's look. Yeah, so you can see one of the iconic birds that we have is the great Argus. Yeah, that puts out a loud call in our lowland rainforest. Yeah. Malaysia's the other attraction, the star attraction in Malaysia, of course, when we go on bird watching tours and so on, we see everything, everything. And some of the iconic species, apart from birds, is the orangutan. Yeah, orangutan is found on the east side of Malaysia, which is on the island of Borneo, and we also have the world's largest flower, which is the Rafflesia. Yeah, so people come from around the world on birding tours to see not just birds, but they also want to have a look at beautiful things like the Bornean pygmy elephant. Malaysia is lucky because we have two types of elephants, which is the Asian elephants and the Bornean pygmy elephant, which is only endemic to the upper northern region of East Malaysia in Sabah. We also like to see cute stuff like primates. Uganda has a lot of primates, yeah. But in Malaysia, we have a funny primate also. Apart from the orangutan, we have a thing called a proboscis monkey. You look at this beautiful, beautiful proboscis, like a beautiful nose, yeah. They call it the Dutchman's nose, yeah, for obvious reasons, I think, yeah. Okay, so this slide shows the main entry points if you're coming on a birding tour to Peninsular Malaysia and in East Malaysia. Typically, you land in Kuala Lumpur, and a good tour to have is around 2 weeks or 14 days in Peninsular Malaysia. And then you fly to East Malaysia, which is about a 1 hour flight. Entry is Kota Kinabalu or in Kuching in Sarawak. There you get to spend maybe 10 to 17 days. And most of our endemic species of birds are found in East Malaysia, in Sabah and Sarawak. Yeah, let's have a look at some of the interesting sites within Malaysia and some of the iconic birds. Next, please. Okay, let's go to West Malaysia. In the lowland forest, we have again the great Argus. We have colorful birds such as the garnet pita. We have the green broadbills, and some of our national parks. We also have opportunities for you to go on a canopy walkway to watch birds on the canopy areas of the rainforest. Yeah. Next, please. Yes, going up north to the Royal Belum State Park. Royal Belum State Park is an important bird watching site because it is home to all our 10 species of hornbills. There are about 55 species of hornbills around the world, but in the small area of 200,000 hectares, all 10 species of hornbills found in Malaysia is found on this one area. In the months of July, August, September, if you're lucky, on a day tour on the boat, you get to see, if possible, 10 species. Yeah, and the photo that you have there is the congregating plain pouched hornbills that fly in from Thailand into our country. 3 months in a year. Hornbill season, July, August, September. Again, we also get to see Rafflesia blooms around the same landscape. And very regularly, elephants also, you find them swimming in the lake, even walking across on the roads. The Asian elephants are found in West Malaysia. The best way to adventure in this area is by a houseboat. So you can see a photograph of a houseboat at the bottom in the center. And this is the world's oldest rainforest, dated at 130 million years, even older than the Amazon and Congo. Yeah? Okay. Closer to Kuala Lumpur is Kuala Selangor. That is a mangrove forest area. And in the mangrove forest area, there will be different kinds of birds and coastline birds. Let's take a look at some of them. Yeah. So we have the mangrove specialists like the mangrove pita, the mangrove blue flycatcher. And during the migration season in the coastal areas, you get a lot of congregating, a lot of birds on migration. And at night, you also get the opportunity to see the synchronous fireflies. You take a little boat on the river, on the little river cruise, and you see thousands and thousands of synchronous fireflies on the trees. Yeah, so something amazing to see as we bird watching for owls at night. Next, we go to East Malaysia and we go to the state of Sabah. In Kinabalu. Kinabalu Park is a very famous park. It has the highest peak in Malaysia. Kinabalu, Mount Kinabalu, and that area has beautiful, amazing number of endemic species of birds, and the white-headed strogan, the crimson-headed partridge, white-heads, the magpie, the Bornean magpie is there, and the black eye here. So a lot of amazing birds are found. You don't have to climb the peak of that mountain to see all these birds. They are actually at the foothills of the mountain. Next, please. Yes, and not too far, 2-3 hour drive is the city of Sandakan. Sandakan is famous for its easy sights of the orangutan. Sandakan is also famous for a lot of species of birds. Yeah, and they have very good facilities, world-class canopy walkways. Let's have a look at another photo. Yes. So the Bornean bristlehead is one of the most famous birds there. People go all the way to Sabah to see the bird that looks like the bad guy in the Star Wars movie. Yeah. So the Bornean bristlehead in the photograph before was one of the most sought after species in wild bird watching in Malaysia. Next, please, we go to Kinabatangan. Kinabatangan is a beautiful river, and on the river cruise and river safari, apart from looking for birds, again, we get to see chances to see the proboscis monkey. We get to see the Bornean pygmy elephants, sometimes swimming, bathing in the river. Of course, we have also very large estuarine crocodiles. So on the boat in the Kinabatangan, it's very, very exciting because you're looking up. Be careful, you have to look down as well in the river. Yeah, so you'll be quite close to really big crocodiles. Next, please. Yes, and along the river, you get to see beautiful things like the storm stalks, black and red broadbills, stockbill kingfisher. Pretty common to see just along the boat as you take the boat ride. Next, please. Danum Valley is very famous. A lot of people go there. It's one of the most famous birdwatching sites in Malaysia. People go there because they want to see beautiful, elusive cats. It's amazing. It's amazing. Sorry. Yeah.
Nice. I love it.
Very yes. It's one of the most sought after cats. Very elusive in our country. Tazier also. It's found in the area. And some of the iconic birds, the Bornean ground cuckoo at the bottom, and the jay. Look at our jay, beautiful jay, and the white-fronted falconet is also another endemic that is quite regularly sighted in the area. Yeah, very small. Next, please. So, in essence, I like to push forward. Every time that we speak to people that bird watching is a money earner, and as you can see from all my friends around the world, it is potentially a good money earner. Malaysia is trying to promote its ecotourism in the ecotourism market. It's trying to promote bird watching and wildlife watching. We have about 55 important bird areas, and we are trying to promote ourselves in the Asian bird fairs and even in the British bird fairs, just to promote Malaysia as one of the places to come and visit. We have an ecotourism plan that goes up to 2020. Talks about niche and sustainable products. That is a part of the government policy to push and to promote ecotourism. Sometimes it's not so good, but we are trying to push the government to do more in terms of ecotourism for our country. Like many other countries around the world, I think we are losing our birds and our natural ecosystems to logging and to oil palm and monoculture plantations. It's the same problem, I think, around the world. But I highlight it today because it is a common threat, I think, to a lot of countries around the world. But if you work together and try to promote bird watching, wildlife watching, ecotourism, I think we can show our countries and policymakers that it is big business and it can sustain us from years to come without damaging and destroying our natural assets. Yes. So, and my final point in this COVID era of bird watching, we are all confined to our own countries, but we should also promote right now. The best chances to promote it to our countrymen, to locals, to local communities, to promote them, to get them ready to promote bird watching and ecotourism to not just our local market, but to the international market when we are open once again after we survive this COVID. If we survive this COVID. Yeah. So on that note, I'd like to thank you very, very much for giving me 10 minutes and a lifetime to present to you my beautiful country, Malaysia. Thank you very much.
Thank you. How many days is the best time that you need to visit Malaysia? How many days do you need?
I think if you're going to do West Malaysia and East Malaysia, I think 21 days is just nice.
21, it's a lot.
Or a whole life.
Or come over and stay. You know, we have a Malaysia, my second home program. You know, we like to the country.
I was only for 3 days there, and I was completely fell in love with your country.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. So will I when I come and visit you. You know, I'm sure. And Argentina, I love to come and visit again. Uganda, I will go back anytime. I want to see the shoebill again.
Uganda, Argentina, and Brazil too.
And Brazil, of course. Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil has to be amazing.
It is. I've been there once.
Brazil nice. Have around 50 bird species. All.
We can set a height for each one.
Oh no, Moroni.
Oh no, one Brazilian arrived.
Cut his mic. Cut his mic. Kick him out.
Hi, Moroni.
Okay.
Hi, Moroni.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for your presentation. So I know that all the people who are watching this talking, they are to enjoy to know your countries. Okay, but we have some questions that we want to do. Okay. So the first question is for Carlos. Carlos,
yes.
How to, if you have the people to want to develop the hides here in Brazil, what is the counsel you can to give for us to develop for this specific hide to bird watching or for mammals?
First starting for something simple. You don't need to have a hide for the most required bird or mammal at the beginning. You have to learn how it works. So you can start for setting a hide in a feeding station. For example, I guess that you set these feeding stations with banana or whatever. And you can try to set a hide for these birds, even for common birds. Once you know how it works, you can go for more difficult animals like raptors or mammals. Yeah.
Okay.
And for a small facility, something like 2 people is enough at the beginning.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. We have my one question for Herbert. So the people to stay very, very happy for the human to developing ecotourism. And the question is how to motivate the human to develop ecotourism there in Uganda? What is motivate for them?
Okay. Thank you very much. The motivating factor is the benefit. They need to be involved in enjoying the benefits. And when you give them the capacity or you empower them to get involved in the business of ecotourism, they need to look at what they're going to benefit from it. And once the benefits are obvious and tangible to them, they get involved. And that's all free. Just give them the capacity, give them the skills to be able to sell services to tourists. And then after that, they are happy to be there. They'll do what you want.
All right. Thank you. So this is very important for us. The human to stay this protagonism for birdwatching. Okay. So, guys, I would like to finish. Have more question now, but in the name for the Ilhabela Bird Festival, I would like to thank for everyone to participate for us. We know it's very hard for you because we have the different times around the world. Adrian, it's almost 2 a.m.
Yeah, 2 a.m.
for you.
It's okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Moroni.
Okay,
and
thank you so much.
We hope to go to Ilhabela, to Brazil.
Yeah, sure.
We invite all people who is listening to visit all the countries, because one of the best things about birding is to travel and visit all these places and see all these kind of things that we saw in the lectures. So
And meet
thank
good
you,
people.
everybody. Yes.
I want to go to Argentina and Brazil.
That's great.
We wait for you.
Let's go.
Bye bye.
Vámonos.
Thank you. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Hasta luego.
Bye-bye.
A ilha não é filha, é mãe natureza. E por tanta beleza foi batizada Ilhabela, cheia de graça. Capital da vela, é verde que te quero, Mata Atlântica. É abençoada por água salgada, muita água, muito sal, muito sol. E por água doce que vem de cima, ladeira abaixo. Tudo para visitantes que querem fartura, que procuram aventura, que gostam da energia, da alegria. Embaixo do mar de Ilhabela, a vida é colorida e rica, tão rica quanto na terra e no ar, com cantos que encantam e rimam com a paz de criança dormindo, e linda como a garota que vem e que passa.